Alright folks, it's time for some Legacy. This weekend not only the Modern Showcase is going to take place, but also the Legacy one as well. And I'm going to be doing some testing today to try to figure out what I'm going to be playing then. Of course, I wanted to start with good old IceBURG. This is a deck that has been treating me pretty well overall, so I wanted to give it another shot. Starting off with this list, which I took... I kind of based this list off of the one that I top 8'd in not the last but the previous showcase with, the April one. I made a couple of changes though. I added 3 decays and 1 trophy. I kept the Cling to Dust. This card has been actually pretty legit. I added not only Leopold but also Narset as well. So a couple of changes here and there. But overall, it's been pretty straightforward. It's been very clean, and it's been working out well so far. In this cycle, we have a couple of sweepers, an extra force, and a couple of flusters against control decks. Surgical against some graveyard decks. Pyroblast, I think this card is going to be pretty good, so I wanted to definitely have access to multiple copies of this effect. A couple of Blood Moons, not sold on whether this card is good or not. Apparently there's a lot. I've not been very active in Legacy lately, unfortunately, because I've been focusing on Modern mostly. But apparently the Legacy is kind of filled with combo decks. Did I play this deck yesterday? Yeah, basically the same deck. There's a ton of combo decks right now in Legacy apparently, so I don't know how good Blood Moon actually is going to be, but against depths and against lands and stuff like that, Blood Moon really shines. Particularly because those decks have basically moved away from Cross and Grip, and they have started prioritizing other forms of interaction that can actually be counter, so that actually works. A couple of Veils because this card busted, and then of course Clothes, which is a card that I have been impressed with every time I faced it, so I'm trying to basically play a copy of this card in all of my lists, basically. I don't know, again, how much the metagame has changed since the last time I played a control deck in Legacy, but let's go. By the way, I already played the first. I thought I was going to be able to get in a quick league yesterday, but I wasn't able to, so we're going to start on match number 2. But I think that's going to be okay. It's interesting how MTG Bot says that we're 0-0, even though I just showed you that we're actually 1-0. Go home, MTG Bot, you're drunk. Sand is really bad against the combo deck, but it's pretty good otherwise. So I think I'll keep it. What is this, Delver? Glacier Elf. Alright. I'm gonna play a basic Allen and just say go. We'll see what my opponent does, but if they are not able to present lethal... That's fine. Usually this kind of matchup is okay for us. Huh, interesting that they did not activate Pendelhaven. That probably means that they have some form of interaction. Invigorate. Oh, or they just have double Invigorate and we're just dead. That's another option. Alright. I guess. Alright, it's cool. Okay, that's fine though. This is actually not a bad matchup for us. Clink can go. Fluster is fine. I guess Pyroblast does kill Blight Agent and stuff. Narset can go. Leo can go. Have a bunch of removal. Moving on to the more efficient removal, so I think I can cut an Assassin's Trophy. Udo, not great. And Oko is okay. We got all the most efficient interaction. Ice Fang. I'm just gonna cut a force. Veil is definitely a consideration. I don't think that's where I want to go though. This hand seems better. Keep this bottom one of the Yokos. Veil of Autumn. Yeah, awful card. Awful, awful card. Stupid Veil of Autumn. So I think I'm gonna play conservatively here. Just gonna get a basic forest. And I'm gonna play around both Veil and Vines of Vastwood. Hey Twinless Twin, how's it going? Nice wasteland. Saddest timeline confirmed. So we might get dazed here or not. Both hype train conductors feel like we should be fighting to the death. Pendelhaven can't pump 3 threes. Got him. We got him, chat. Got him so hard. Another agent. Okay. Land. So I imagine that when we do this, they're gonna use the vines or something. Damn it. Stupid mana base. Alright, so at least we have force plus pitch Udo, so it's not the end of the world. Ponder is cool. Huh? So I think I'm only going to force something that's lethal. It's nice that we can play around days pretty effectively. Opponent did not shuffle though. So that might mean some bad news for us. I would love to find a red source. Another Invigorate. Of course, if they have force, we're just dead here. But or another Invigorate. Okay. Something. That certainly qualifies as something. I know maybe Yoko's gonna start taking over. Yeah, I need my astrolabes. Where are you, Labe? Is your last card in hand the ace? It is not. Sweet. Let's go. Hey Leviathan, how's it going? Actually make Treasure Foot Stoken. I know. Oko not making astrolabe tokens instead of food tokens is just poor design, right? Oops. I guess that they could find Dread Arbor. I don't think I care too much about that. Unless it's coupled with something else. Classic Oko just taking over by itself. Classic Oko. Classic double Pyroblast hand or two. The best thing is we're playing our meddling mage very effectively, right? Seem to be kind of flooded over there. Preordain. Fatal Push seems good enough to keep. So if they fetch, this is now a 2-turn clock. So now they can't really fetch, or maybe they do. Yep. Easy. Our mana was a mess. Didn't matter. Cool. Changes? I don't think so. Looked pretty nasty there. Oko looked pretty damn nasty. I think I'd rather have Pyroblasts over trophies. Moon is good? I don't think so. Especially on the draw. Oof. Opponent kept 7. I think I'm gonna ship this. This seems better. Oof. This is an interesting one. We bought up. Do we want on the Underground Sea? That's my push mana though. Bottom the forest? I think we just bottom the force. We might get caught by that. They haven't showed me days so far, which is very interesting. Gonna cast this right now. Playing around vines, all that nonsense. That was not a bad draw, by the way. That's pretty rough. I don't think Legacy Infect plays Distortion Strike. If this IceBURG resolves, it's gonna be very good though. Where are my Astrolabes, man? At least this time around my mana is not completely heinous. We might get dazed here. Yep. Alright. If I had known that I was going to be drawing another land, I was obviously not going to be playing the Ice Fang in 2 days. Opponent plays their own Oko. Abrupt Decay? Just force more lands. Okay, okay. Guess this is how it's going to go. What is my opponent, the one drawing the brainstorms? I wish I would be drawing brainstorms right now. The good thing is that based on how I've been playing, my opponent has no reason to believe that my hand is all lands. I could certainly have access to multiple removal spells here. If they elk this becomes a 3/3 indefinitely, right? Interesting interaction. Something. And that is technically something. Then making another fruit doesn't really change anything, so I'm just gonna chill here. Probably gonna decay the Oko on my end step. Esper Vial today? Yeah, we're gonna be playing Esper Vial after this league. We're gonna hold for a second. We're gonna let it resolve. Ooh, you see that bluff? You see the bluff, chat? You see how it worked? Totally worked. If they have Veil, this is just... we're done here, right? Obviously. Yeah, that's game. That's game. Alright. That's brutal. Flooded. A little bit too hard. Flooded a little bit too hard. I think it was correct for us to force a Blade Agent, though. Yeah, I think it was correct for us to force it, but we had to pitch our preordain there, and then it was kind of downhill from there because we just never drew anything. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough. But I think if the dude had resolved earlier, would have been in a much worse spot. Also, now that I see that Infect has been packing Okos against control, all three Pyroblasts make a lot of sense. We don't have a fucking Infect, but no, we don't. Infect is beatable? Yeah, 100%. I think Infect is a good matchup. We got turn 2'd on the play by my opponent in the first one. Granted, it's not that unlikely for them to turn to you because they have access to, like, they have multiple ways to achieve that, so it's not that unlikely for that to happen. But it's like that's what happened game 1. Then game 2 things worked as they should, and then game 3 we just flooded like maniacs. So I think that I actually think that Infect is a good matchup for us. Now, yeah. Mafos Bengal. Okay. It's a name. So they made an avatar where the main part of the avatar is literally under the number of the life total. Some tight design there. Some pretty good design. Put almost to 5. And we have an okay-ish hand. Mana Confluence, so this is Dredge. Yep. I think I have to save this force for Lion's Eye Diamond. We can push something? Huh? Careful study. Okay. Narcomoeba. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this in response. This gives my opponent only a single shot, because they're not gonna be able to sack the Narcomoeba for the flashback. So now my opponent needs to hit here. They're probably gonna save Force of Will or something. We're just gonna give them value. Almost certainly gonna say Force of Will. It's possible I should trophy the Mana Confluence. Baleful Strix, okay. This is why you don't counter the Cabal Therapy. Would love to find a clink. Okay. So that was their turn 2. So I'm gonna put a stop on their draw step. I am very incentivized to try to Leo here. Okay, so their hand is Imp, Thug, Unknown. So I think we'll let this go. I'm not gonna trophy the Mana Confluence, because we can just force the Faithless looting. Now we can... Oh. Well, that sucks. That's a really good one for them to have in hand. Not that we could have done anything about it. That's a very, very good one for them to have in hand. We can decay our own Ice Fang. Blue, green. Which is cool. Brutal, brutal, absolutely brutal. So that would exile 3 bridges. You cannot trophy your own permanents. You can only trophy your opponents. That's a very common... People are used to Path to Exile where you can, like... Yeah, I know. People are used to Path to Exile where you can just, you know, path your own thingy. And Decay, unfortunately, does not work in the same way. But we're definitely going to Decay here. Exile all the bridges before my opponent gets any value from them. And then pass the turn again. Oh, really? Ugh. Vomit. Vomit. Yo, Spike! Thank you for the raid there. Welcome everybody from Spike's stream. We are getting owned by Dredge right now. No, we're playing some Legacy, which is because of the Showcase challenge this weekend. So that's why. Yeah, Udo also interacts very nicely against Bridge. That's why my opponent is Cabal Therapy in the Udo there. And we're probably going to get destroyed here. They're going to Flashback Therapy, they're going to get this back, and then they're probably going to cast... Oh. This is not force-worthy though, right? Huh. Yeah, this Astrolabe is great here. we just decayed our own Ice Fang in order to exile 3 bridges, and our opponent immediately got 2 Narcomoebas plus the 4th bridge. They actually managed to get all the bridges. There is another Cabal Therapy there. Also, wrong art Cabal Therapy. Come on, opponent, have some respect. So if I force this, my opponent just sucks the Narcomoeba. I mean, I guess I don't really have any outs here. This is just what it is. I have a one-off Cling to Dust in my deck, but I don't think we have any ways of answering the Hogak, which is pretty rough. Oh, wow. Okay. I think we have to pitch the Leo. I mean, unless that was what my opponent wanted to do. That seemed certainly interesting. So they're going to probably put a Narcomoeba on top again with the Thug. They also get a Summon Ball, but they don't get to recast the Hogak here. So we won a turn. Preordain's gone. Well, I guess Trophy does answer the Hogak, giving them zombies in the process, so that's not great. We can't cast that. We just cannot cast any card in our hand. Gross. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So they Dredge Thug. So the Amoeba goes there, and I think I'm gonna push one of these zombies, which is a really sad thing to be doing, but it's a way for us to delay the Hogak by 1 more turn because they don't have another way to sack. Oh, never mind. Whoops. They can actually just hardcast the Thug. Yeah, it's just not looking great here. This is not looking great, huh? Alright, alright. Yes! Yes! The second Astrolabe. Yes! Exactly the card that I wanted to see. Alright, Surgicals. Veils. Clothis. Lamgrunk, thank you for the follow there. Imagine if we had growth over lab. Yeah, I still probably gonna go towards growth. The pushes are pretty awful. Dead of Winter is okay. Udo is great. Oko is a little bit on the slow side. I probably still would Forces over Forces. Now the question is, do I want Pyro? And if so, how many? They're probably better than Abrupt Decay. I can also Pyroblast my own Ice Fang for the next level plays. Oh. Narset. Leo's just easier to protect than Narset. Astros made snow less expensive. Oh man, the saddest timeline. Hell yeah! Look at this. Yeah, we cling to dust. Take us home, cling to dust. Keep gonna bottom Vista, done. Take us home, cling. Okay. Gross. Looking for a surgical style card. Or land. That's also fine. Whatever. It's not fine, chat. It's not fine. Okay, so that's the troll. LED. So I think we're just dead. We are really fucking dead. Ugh. That sucks. Leyline of Sanctity is interesting. That's one therapy. It's too many therapies. Too many therapies. Just all 4 bridges. Lol. Well, I'm gonna exile the Hogak. Don't even draw a card. So sad. Gak, where are you? There. Not even draw a card. Saddest. Great for restriction in vintage with legal and legacy. White Aston which just bans cards that are restricted in vintage, so only basic can play those cards. No, it's fine. At least they don't get zombies this turn, so if we top deck exactly Uro, we have a shot. So we have to top deck exactly Uro this turn. Nothing else matters. I guess Surgical could also do the trick. So it needs to be exactly Uro or Surgical. Those are the only 2 cards that matter. Uro would be better than Surgical, actually. Alright, Uro or Surgical? Give me your energy, chat. Give me your energy. Let's go. Uro or Surgical? No, it's not it. So this is not going to be lethal, so I'm going to save this Dead of Winter for the next turn. So some big crits are gonna be coming out to play. So please don't dredge the last Cabal Therapy, and please don't blindly name Dead of Winter. Only ask for those. Okay, they did it. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too late for Uro now. Still time for Cabal Therapy. For surgical extraction. So if we do surgical, we might be onto something here. Surgical? Surgical? Surgical. Right on time, Bell of Summer. Right on time. Basic Forest. Dead of Winter. Pass the turn. Fighting the fight over here, chat. I'm fighting the fight. Except that the fight is actually just lost here. Because we go down to 1, we can't even fetch. Even if we... Narcomoeba? Sure, whatever. That's lethal. Damn it. Alright. We dead. We are dead souls. Even if we draw another Dead of Winter, this Narcomoeba means that we're still dead. We're going on our own terms, though. Alright. Next! One of Cling to Dust in the main deck. Not gonna cut it. Probably not gonna cut it in the matchup. The white cards, of course, a lot better. This list doesn't seem particularly great against red. Well, I mean, snow decks, even though I actually have a positive record against Dredge somehow, like the snow decks are actually, they're naturally soft against Dredge. You can only play so many of this style cards, right? But the white version, which the last list that I've been working with looks something like this. Actually, this might be the list that I played, or similar to the list that I played in the latest showcase. Yeah, so because I don't have access to Cling and we don't have Decay and stuff, you see that I'm actually packing 3 copies of Surgical on the sideboard. Well, yeah, it's because of Winter Orb. We don't have Abrupt Decay, right? Like, this deck is actually a lot better against stuff like Rock Delver because you just have a bunch of copies of Abrupt Decay, so if your opponent plays a Winter Orb, you can kill it, or if you need to answer a Delver or a Tarmogoyf, you also can with the same card. And white actually does not have that thing, so you need to like Teferi minus a Winter Orb, or you need to wilt it. So yeah. Am I playing this weekend? Yes, that's why I'm doing testing. That's why I'm doing some testing right now. Historically, I've done well with this kind of decks in Legacy. Every time I played a snow deck in a Legacy event, I have gotten 9th or better. So this kind of deck usually treats me very well, but I don't know if right now we are in a metagame where this kind of deck is actually well positioned, which can be rough. Wow. Turn 1 Astrolabe that we actually can cast? Chat. How exciting is this? How exciting is this? Is Rock the most popular devil deck right now? Yes. I can brainstorm into Lave. I think I'm gonna do that. Or we can Ice Fang next turn, or we can Decay, depending on what they do. Another Lave. I definitely like the extra land here. Snapcaster still looking a little bit too expensive for my taste. If you could errata Astrolabe instead of ban it, how would you nerf it? It's an interesting question. I mean, I don't think that's worth doing, first of all. But second of all, you could do something like, when it enters the battlefield, if you control 3 other artifacts to draw a card. I think that would be a huge deal. Actually, I think that's a great idea. I am very smart. That sounds excellent, actually, right? Sounds like a great way to nerf the card. Maybe it would remain playable in 3 snow permanents to draw a card. Yeah, exactly. So this means that, like, if you want to get value from it, you can't actually turn 1 it, which would make your early... Nah. I don't think slow tripping it would work. Okay, so options here are to Udo, Oko. Oko would run right into this. I think I'm just gonna Ice Fang. Although Udo is kind of exciting. Now I'm gonna Ice Fang. Plays around Daze. My opponent has Spell Pierce in hand that they reveal to the Delver. So you have to be watching out for that. Like, we're basically never gonna play Oko until it's good to go. And you see, this is not a card, basically, right? Unless my opponent taps out. So if they force the Ice Fang, we're gonna have to let it go. Also Grixis Delver. It's perfectly fine. Actually, okay. So I guess the best draw here would be another land. If we draw another land, we get to land into Udo into Decay, which would be a really good sequence for us. For you, we see ban something in Modern. Well, something's happening in Modern, right? Like either banning or unbanning. So something's gonna happen. What that is the question. And I actually discussed that in my article. Hell yeah. Yeah, I wrote another article, chat. You can check it out. No need to be a Patreon supporter to be able to read it. And yeah, there I discussed the impact of what's his name in the Modern format. And by what's his name, of course, I mean M21. I also, in the end, I was going to release the article yesterday, and then in the morning they actually said that they were going to, they announced the thingy, they announced the changes in Modern, so I had to kind of like add a couple of paragraphs at the end discussing what I think the potential changes are gonna be and what I would like those changes to be as well. So yeah, you can check it out there. Nothing. They just play nothing. What if I play this one? Can't pierce that one. Let's gain some life. Maybe draw land. Fatal push. Okay. That's cool, that's cool. No more bans for Modern. We're trying to kill it every other way. We feel confident having no bans finally in this format so we can profit from newer formats. Nice. That's a good one. Oh. That's a real threat. Should I force this? It gets pierced. We untap, we Yoko. I think we let this resolve. Hashtag and ban Summer Bloom. No, I don't have Dead of Winter actually. It's not bring back Beefire John. Tribal decks are already dead. I think that people are... I don't know, I feel like Beefire would honestly not be that impactful. I legit think so. So they're probably gonna pierce my Snappy. But if they do, we can slam the Yoko. They're gonna pierce the Brainstorm, sorry. And it's really easy to fix, right? If it actually does become a problem, it's really easy to fix. You just ban it again. So let's do force and push. Let's go to upkeep. Let's shuffle. They have stifle? Fuck. Who even plays stifle in this economy? Can we have some fucking lands, please? No, we cannot. Yeah, that was a really good stifle, actually. Hardcast force mana. We die to a Blinding Bolt, I guess. So they finally use the Pierce. I'll let that go, because the real prize is actually Udo. And then we can hopefully force her Udo through. Would love to find another land to play around the ace. So that's a double force, which doesn't help me in the slightest. So we are dying to the ace plus force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Brutal. Alright, Grixis. We want Pyros, we want Blood Moons, we want Veils, we want Clothis. Forces, not so hot, not so keen on forces. Cling to Dust, meh. Trophy, Decays are fine. Can shave some libraries. Narset seems pretty easy for them to answer. We have Decay, so maybe we don't need to push as much. Maybe we can cut Snappy. Again, one of the cards that I'm worried about against the Delver decks always is Winter Orb. Test if they're too much, yet then... Yeah, exactly. I don't mind them just unbanning something and then just like banning again. Like, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Especially with a card like Punishing Fire, which is an uncommon, right? It's gonna be what, like, currently it's like $1 and it's gonna go up to like 5 if it gets a ban. I have 3 places of Green Sun Sinus ready to go. Yeah, well, that one is a little bit different, right? Because if they do unban Green Sun, then like those cards, I guess that they were reprinted in Eternal Masters. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they're like $10 right now, so maybe they go up to like 30 or something. Blood Moon I think I like on the play, maybe not on the draw. Yeah, that's true. That is actually true. Like, Grove used to be pretty damn expensive. Okay. So I think Cloth is probably going to be better than Blood Moon. Man, that's Stifle. Gross. That Stifle was super gross. Alright, looking for lands, basically. I'm going to bottom anything that's not a land. I'm going to top everything that is a land. They could Stifle plus days, but c'est la vie. Alright, it's another land. We could fetch here. The problem is that we have to fetch for a land that will get destroyed by Wasteland, which is pretty bad for us, but... So if they have Waste here, we get destroyed. Blue, black, Bob. Our mana is actually super awkward right now. Since they dazed, I'm expecting a double daze here. Okay. So now we hopefully get to resolve Clothes. And this hopefully helps me raise. They're gonna have no answer to discard barring something like Brazen Borrower. Arcanist. Yeah, but we knew about both of these lands because these are the ones that they bounced with both of the dazes. Misty. I think I'm saving this Dead of Winter. It's looking pretty okay here. Tell you that much. So let's do that. Green. Fetch. Maybe my opponent will stifle. They don't. Dead of Winter. Easy. Arcanist. So let's see what we draw. Astrolabe. So I think we're gonna want. We're not gonna need mana, I don't think. Lave. What is more problematic? It's probably Young PC that's more problematic. It's the faster clock. Thought Jessica Ascendancy was dead because of Goblins of Dim. Thought Scar is a good card. Is that what you've been playing, Wombo Combo? Bob in a Force deck always makes me smile. I mean, it would have been pretty sick there. There's also a lot of... Oh, wow. Opponent, no. Opponent. Opponent. Hashtag sequencing. Ooh. So the plan is turn 3 Slam Clothes, win the game from there. Spaderoni, thank you for the follow. maybe we win game 3, but we won in our hearts. We won in our hearts. And Clothes doing what Clothes does. This card I think is be super impressive. Like, we just resolved it, and then we just waited. We drew blank after blank after blank after blank, and it just didn't matter. Just Clothes winning the race easily. Now that I saw Bob, definitely more interested in Fatal Pushes, and less interested in Force of Wills. Oh yeah, opponent playing the cage helped a lot. Did you see the Grixis Zeta list that SCG brought up for Modern? If it's in Modern, then it's unplayable. I will say it right off the bat. Oh, I wanted to take out Blood Moons. Yikes. I'm probably gonna keep this hand though. We should play Stifle in our deck so we can stifle the Urosak trigger. Huh? Preordain. I don't think we can keep that decay without a resource. Punishing Fire is never getting a ban. What does it do to the format apart from make Jaunt better against decks it's already good against? Well, that's actually a point for it to unban it. Lithoniel. You're actually making a point to unban it. Like, its impact in the format will be pretty minimal. It's also my general opinion on Delver in Modern. So bottom this, top this. So next turn we can push with Veil backup. Doing small release of streamers later. Do you want me to update yours? I have too much free time. Oh, that would be awesome, Elskid, actually. I didn't know that you did like that kind of stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. I will check them out for sure. One mana, 1/1. What else could anybody want? I have a friend of mine that's working on a logo currently, which is pretty sweet. Let's push our Canis before it gets out of hand. Now let's preordain again. We're looking for lands. Pass the turn. Hit the snow deck in Modern with a ban? Yes. Again, talking about that in the article that I wrote. Whoops, sorry, not that one, this one. Freyak69, thank you for the follow. Force of Will enter the revealed card zones. Interesting, they still have Force. So I think we'd start with Blood Moon. See what opponent does. Because it is probably going to be Force Will worthy. Should I get 2 and 4? Definitely 2 at least. And you can get more if you need to. Force of Negation probably. Then we Veil. Then they Force. Or maybe Daze. Daze, okay. So their land is Underground Sea plus Force plus Unknown. So UC Force. Oh, they play the UC. Okay, so it's just the Force. Now we're gonna get to Oko. Although I guess we can roll first, actually. Nice. So that undoes a Delver attack. Poggers. That's a good one. So let's put both of these on top. Play this, pass the turn. So I can draw one deeper with Udo. Which is going to be another Oko. The thing is that, oh, they can't hardcast the Force, so this is going to be a 2-for-1 regardless, but that means that they're not going to be using their mana. Trying to see if there's any way that I can double spell. I think we start with this, which is basically a time walk. Grixis does 1 turn. But I'm trying to find like another Veil or something else so we can like do multiple stuff with this Luster. It's not great. That is certainly not great at all. We can't flashback Udo even. We don't have to worry about stifles and stuff like that. Surgical my Udo. You got it. So we're gonna win with Okos. Also, my opponent gave me a shuffle, which is nice of them. Maybe I should have kept the second Oko instead of the Prismatic Vista. Guys, it's your amulet, guys. Is there a difference in the content between being a patron of Twitch Primes? It's the same, Hyle. The patron is better for me personally because I see more, basically. Here's Oko. So that's 1, 2. This is going to be 3. Dead of Winter? clear the Delver, then we just play Ice Fang and we take it from there. Blood Moon doing what Blood Moon does. Here in Brazil, the door is way too expensive, and you'll get a sub soon. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it's if the sub is better for you, of course. If you have like Twitch Prime, you know that you can get access to a free subscription every month. So that's also pretty good value. Finally finished Van Spheres about a month ago before Supreme Phantom. Ended up not playing the deck because everyone was. Feels bad. Yeah, I don't know. Having your deck be tier 1. Yeah, I guess it's not great. Like, I always rather when my deck is tier 1.5 or tier 2. Because people are not gunning for you as aggressively. Just a sucker for Coco decks is such a shame that it's slowly becoming unplayable even in Pioneer. Yeah, Coco is rough. Coco is pretty rough. Coco is pretty rough. It's interesting how interesting how it's a card that it's just nicely designed. Like, I remember that at one point we were actually some people were saying that it might have been too good, like in standard and stuff. And then, like, even a card of that power level just kind of got power creeped out of the format. It's pretty ridiculous. The record, oh yeah, the record thing is a mess today. I have no idea why, but we're currently 2-2. Lost first and won first and fourth, and lost the middle 2. So we're fighting for that PD chest. Wizards said that they should abandon in standard but left it to rotate instead. So whatever. Coco can hit not 1 but 2 Uros. How could it possibly be bad? There are no collected company Uro decks. That's definitely interesting. I think that it makes sense though, to an extent, because usually Uro really shines in decks that are using instants and sorceries because they feed the graveyard, while collected company decks often are not very good at feeding the graveyard because they play mostly creatures, and creatures just stay in play unless your opponent kills them. So in a lot of matchups, just having access to a card like Uro is not great. Company is an instant. Alright, well, we wait for forever for the last match. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. We're gonna find the match as soon as I leave, but it's okay. Got there. That's such good value. Such good value. Alright, let's see if we can get that PD chest, chat. This hand might be okay against combo. David ML38, thank you for the follow. Let's ship it. Arguably better. Yeah. Nice. Top. Twin is never getting back into modern with the Fairy and Force and Veil. Yeah, Twin is never getting banned ever. Prismatic Vista. This might be the mirror. Nope. Blue Red Delver. Interesting one. We definitely topped this one. Do we top this one as well? We can also just top. Oh, no. I think we want both. Ban Teferi, Force and Veil, and ban Twin. If I'm being honestly, that's not the craziest statement I've ever heard. Not the craziest statement I've ever heard. Huh. Going hard on the Delverino plan. Flip with Ponder. Wasteland, nice. So that definitely means that my opponent is kind of struggling over there. So I'm going to try to not give them any value. Just going to main phase this Ice Fang. They will have to force if they want to stop it, which we get a nice little 2-for-1. Because they can't double days. Yeah, they have to force here. Force pitching Ponder. We're gonna cling. My own self-opinion, Plague GD, Iron and 6 are the worst cards from MH1. You mean worse as in the most impactful? Or what do you mean? Interesting. So looking for an Udo style card here. I think we're good with lands. Force of Will is interesting. So this basically blanks the Arcanist unless they have exactly Lightning Bolt. I don't think Narsa is going to be as good as Leo though. Narsa is going to be just too easy to kill. 3 mana is too slow. Force Engineer for legitimate control decks. Ren is fine, playing Engineer is fine. The big issue is Astrolabe, and that needs to be fixed. Hi all1, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold for the first time ever. So, thank you for hanging out. I've seen you around in chat, so very happy to see that you're choosing to subscribe and support the stream. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Really hot draw there. Really hot draw there. Really hot draw there. Really hot draw there. So I put this on top. I guess we don't care too much about this. I guess I... Oh, nice. Just going to scry 3. We get a free block here. So we're gonna push first. My opponent wants to counter this. Then we Ice Fang. Spell Pierce. Dace. Main deck Fluster? Wow. Alright, you got me, you got me. So now we're gonna fetch. I guess they could have Force of Will. Or I guess... No, they don't have Lightning Bolt because otherwise they would have killed the Leo before doing this, so they could have drawn a card, or they actually just have lethal. And now this is an absolute blowout. This is Snow Covered Island. You got a Dread Horde. Would be awesome to draw that. Sweet. So this on top, this on top. Push. Library. They might pierce this, but if their last count disappears, then I don't think I can lose the game. Go, Leo, go! Like I said earlier, I play Elves and have it fully foiled, not asking for the deck to be tier 1 with represent advance, but the fact is for the lane player, which shows how much Wizard has messed up Modern. Are you talking about Legacy? Because if you're talking about Legacy, then you're missing out, buddy. Because Elves is kind of busted right now with the new printing. the Shepherd. So we're gonna put this on top and put this on top. Going to do this. And then we're gonna escape the cling. To draw a card. Don't think there's any real need to kill the Swifty. Yes, I would like to draw a card. And now I would like to force that. Even if they have another Fluster, we're fine here. Spell Pierce. It's not gonna end up well for my opponent. Yes. Just trying to push through damage, and it's not gonna work out. Get out of here. Two basics, good to know about that. There we go. That should be GG's now. Put on top. 1, 2, 3. Play this. Play this. We get that bad boy back next turn, and this should be GG's. So Force of Negation on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I want to draw that Force of Negation or not? I guess I do. LOL. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, put this on top, put this on top. 2, 3, 4, 5. Opponent not conceding is definitely interesting. I think I would have packed it in a while ago. Streamer luck intensifies. Clearly, streamer luck. Confirmed streamer luck. True name Nemesis. Why does my opponent continue showing me cards in their deck? Seems like not a great strategy. The Unwriting Cowards team, yeah, I guess. Alright, Dead of Winter, Pyroblasts, not this. This yes, and Flusters. Cling is probably okay. Library, one can go, Forces can go, Narset I don't like. We saw how insane Leo was that game though, right? Whoops, definitely don't want to cut Okos, but I want to cut Forces. So we have Veil, we have Pyros, we have Fluster, so we do have ways to force through our stuff, which is nice. Snubby is interesting. Cling is interesting against Arcanist. I'm gonna go with this. We only have 4 answers to Winter Orb. But I think it's okay because my opponent doesn't have Veil, so basically, beautiful hand. So basically, Decay is 100% an answer all the time, every time. Veil is less good versus blue-red. I'm trying to force through my my threats, right? I'm trying to force through an Oko. I'm trying to force through what's his name? So I think that Veil is still worth it. And Uro, this is what I was trying to say. Yeah, I mean, we have access to all of our basic colors. They don't seem to be on Stifle, by the way. Okay, that's interesting. So this probably means that we're gonna be... Actually, it's interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have led on that because of Arcanist on 2. Yep. We're definitely going to be decaying this guy if they play something. So what are we going to fetch if we have to decay? Ideally, we don't have to decay. Marvana's kind of rough here because we kind of want to be holding a Power Blast, but this might need to go get Tropical Island. I guess we can also do UC plus Basic Forest. It wouldn't be ideal. I would like to not have to blow this guy up. Because if we get to untap, then our mana becomes a lot more straightforward next turn, because we can just get a forest here, and then we have access to the swamp, and then we can decay. So if they don't play a cantrip here or something that I care about, I'm not going to kill the Dread Horde. If they just attack me for 1 without any value, I'm just going to let this go. I don't care about the 1 point. Okay. Young PC. Well, that guy's gonna die. Whew. Interesting. CCBM, thank you for the follow. So let's decay the PC right now. What should I do to get access to the Discord server after subscribing? They could go hell. Days. They're just wasting a days to make a 1-1. Sure. I'm going to choose to not pay. Euroforex, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that was not a good days at all. But I'm into it. So they're gonna get 1 turn of value with this guy. Delverino kind of doesn't matter too much. Chain Lightning. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna be Pyroblasting the Delver. The question is, do I do it now? I think so. We run into days, but that's fine, because if the last card is days, they are pretty screwed. We can't both Ice Fang and Trophy. These are hot, hot, hot. So put this on top, put this on top. Okay. Do I EOT Brainstorm? I think I do. My mana is going to be kind of taxed next turn. And again, I'm trying to see what my opponent's last card in hand. Ooh, okay. Okay, so this Cloth is probably going to resolve. And unless, I guess even if their last two cards are Lightning Bolt plus Lightning Bolt, we're still fine. Swift Spear plus Lightning Bolt would be a little bit more annoying, but that's probably still okay. Four is not three. Opponent is the best player. It's can be rough. All right, so we're definitely not gonna be exiling something that they can flash back. Okay, so now that that just happened, we are basically good to go. They could have another Reb. It's fine. 3 Devotion, getting there. Cloth is almost active. Cloth is almost active. So 0 cards, which means that we literally cannot die. Reb the Oak. That's fine. My opponent has some tougher problems than Oko right now. My green Devotion though, damn. Not my green Devotion, chat. Not my green Devotion. New subgame win before with Clothic Beats. Clothic Beats. The only problem with that, what's gonna make it tough, is the fact that my opponent's probably gonna be dead before that. Imagine using Lightning Bolt to kill my Ice Fang in order to attack for 1 with an elemental token and not conceding the game. Imagine, chat. Do you even have enough devotion in the deck? Of course, we have Uro. Poggers, right? Stop gaining life. My opponent is a fighter. My opponent is a fighter. Opponent definitely doesn't value their time at this point. Yeah, it's a little bit questionable, but sure. Imagine trying to raise a Clothis, right? One, two, three, four, five. They can pyro this, and we can do this again next turn. Honestly, I kind of respect it. Yeah, sure. However my opponent wants to spend their time. I mean, I'm having fun. I'm not complaining about this. Not complain about any of this. Oh, that's really funny. They actually have to chump block here. I guess that we missed lethal. Whoops. Not that it's going to matter. Not that it's going to ever matter, but sure. We did miss setting up lethal. Swift Spear? We're at 22. We are literally at 22 life right now. Literally at 22 life. Above our starting life total. Alright, so we destroyed both Delver decks. We lost to Infect and we lost to... What was the O2 lost to? I'm kind of blanking we lost to. What we lost to? Oh, Dredge. That's right. We lost to Dredge. And then I beat the Yorion World Gover deck out of stream. So fine result. I think it was okay. This is the list for those of you wondering. Cards that worked well. Clothis seems literally unbeatable in the Delver matchups. This card is just not beatable for them. As long as you have literally anything else going on. Or sometimes we actually won a game where we didn't have anything else going on. And it was just Clothis. We drew lands for like 5 or 6 turns or something. And it just didn't matter because Clothis just came down and then my opponent could never raise it. So this card was really impressive there in the Delver matchup. Leo was great. Leo was very, very good. Narset, not so much, but it was actually pretty impressive when I faced the Yorion deck off stream. So this card probably is still reasonable. The 2 pushes were okay against the Delver strategies. The decays were honestly the real winners. Like I was able to decay Yokos, I was able to decay Arcanist without even worrying about my stuff getting countered. The Dead of Winter were excellent. This card was really good. We were able to like clear the mobs against the Grixis Delver deck. We were able to do all sorts of nasty stuff. So big fan of the Dead of Winters. In fact, maybe I would like to be able to fit one of these in the main deck. Maybe we could do something like this, considering the fact that I'm assuming that Delver is going to be probably one of the most played decks in the event over the weekend. Force always turns. It's just. I mean, yeah, it's legacy, right? It's legacy, so you just need to be somewhat prepared for the combo decks. It's a necessity. It's not like I side out the forces a bunch, right? Because we faced Delver twice in a row, but like this card is just you just have to play it. You need to watch in Legacy. Yeah, for sure. Any opinions on the Ursa deck in Legacy? I honestly have not played against it, and I have not played it either. If you're talking about the Narset Echo Feon's Ursa deck, I think that deck is pretty good. I've been losing to it consistently whenever I faced it with Snow. So that deck is really, really good. I am a big fan of it. But yeah, I don't know which one you were talking about. Legacy Titan time. I did actually play some Legacy Titan. I played this deck and I played this one as well. This one I felt was better, but I don't think this is what I want to be doing right now in Legacy. It's a cool deck and it's a lot of fun. But I don't think it's what I would choose to play in Legacy right now. What I would choose to play in Legacy is IceBURG. I've been doing really well with this list. Really, really well. So we're gonna play... this is probably currently my front runner for this weekend's event. The only issue this deck has is that it's really tough to play. So I think that I'm going to be... This is what I'm going to be playing next. We're going to be playing one league with IceBURG. And we're going to see how it goes. I'm always learning with this deck, which is one of the most exciting things that I like about Magic.